Morning, Dowse.
Morning, Holmesy. Just some news before you start. Morning, everybody. This is Holmesy's bus pass, which he got yesterday, and all that. He meant to bring his car in today, but he's got 4 buses to get here, and he'll take 4 buses to get back. So don't expect any lifts. He doesn't want to walk anymore. Holmesy has got his bus pass. He's getting a bus everywhere. Next year. Well done, Holmesy. Congratulations.
That's well worth having. That I can travel anywhere in England on a local bus free.
Free of charge.
So not national coach, whatever they're called, National Express.
I bet you Matt Winter can't wait to get one of them, can he?
He's applied for it.
He's applied for it already, even though he's only 24. I can't get. Let's get one. Well done, Holmesy. It's good.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Good.
I suppose we inevitably have to start with the wretched bat flu, coronavirus. Football seems to be in absolute chaos at the moment, doesn't it? Now I realise as we sit here, the Premier League and the EFL are meeting, and by the time this comes out, decisions will have been taken. But until this morning, we've got some countries where the whole programme is cancelled. We've got places where there's games behind closed doors, and yet here the government says, no, carry on, no problem.
I think if you can carry on, you should carry on. Like, you know, and I don't know. Like, if me, you think, it's a bit of flu, get on with it and all that, you know. But it's probably more than that because I didn't really get into papers and social stuff and all that, you know. But if it's health, it's got to see. I was thinking on the way in. I know you got the bus in this morning, but I was driving the car this morning, right? I was thinking on the way in. The Titanic, what really got to me, the Titanic, right? Because people like you on the top deck, the city bloke, who got out quicker, and it's people like me, the working man's club lad, who was down at the bottom, who couldn't get out, and all that, you know. So the city kid gets away with it. The one that does a paper round doesn't, you know, if it makes sense, right? Because that's why I don't like the city people, and all that, you know. So I think it's the same, it's going to be up there, Premiership. What's the difference between Premiership players and our players? Because they're exactly the same, you know. So if it's going to close the whole thing off for a week or till it calms down, or have a plan action. But if it is a little weird getting through it, let's try to get through it and fight it on. That's the way I look at it. But I just don't think there should be one rule for them and the other. If they, at the minute we haven't had any cases here, touch wood, and we don't want any. But you know, if it's going to be a danger to life and danger of it, it's got to take sensibility. I don't know how dangerous it is in, you know, a lot of these things that the press are made out of something. But if it's like going to be like the say of a city kid who's got to take time off, or a kid from a working man's club who doesn't have to, I think it's got to be a both thing. So I just think it's one of them. If a Premiership closed down, we should. That's what I think. I think it's no difference.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you've got the situation now where a couple of Premier League clubs have had one person tested positive, and so the whole club is in self-isolation and their games are off.
Possibly because it's all new. That we don't know how to deal with it at the minute. So I think everybody just panics now in case somebody said, "Oh, well, that should have done that." And I think there's a lot of that going on. I think again, unless I'll get it because I always get things like that. Me, like, you know, so say, unless it's I'm about to get something like that. Like, so it's one of them where if you got to be locked away for a week, that's what you got to do. It's rules are rules on it. But I hope not. I hope the game's on tomorrow. I hope the game's. I hope all the games are on in our league. I hope the game's on the Premiership. It's where it stops. So he said to me, I should shut down the league and all that. And you know, I read in the back of the paper yesterday, the Man United fella saying, "Oh well, you know, I should shut down." He wants to shut down the league. He's 7th in the blinking league. He's like, you know, I bet your Klopp's not saying that. So, but that's me in the sporting world. Not so. It's one of them where I think that'd be stupid. You got to let the league run, even if you got to do it in next season, play each other once or whatever. I think you got to let the league run because you know that's the way it is. If you've got to shut down for a month or 2 weeks, you got to find ways. But hopefully it's all just getting blown up a proportion a bit and come back down. But I don't know because I'm ignorant on the press stuff and all that. I don't really get involved in it.
Well, as I'm sure you know, the National League issued a statement yesterday, and they're going to issue new guidance every day. And I guess there's a possibility that today's guidance, if the Premier League and EFL decide to cancel their programmes, today's guidance from the National League may well be all games are off.
It could, because obviously got a lot less. I fought through it on Tuesday night. It was only 1,400 here, and I thought 1,400. When all the things, I've just been speaking about the ticket sales. So I think it has a knock-on effect, because everybody just doesn't know it, don't they? But you do get, one thing I have noticed that you do get these people who are going in there and being very selfish, to be honest, and especially younger ones, affects the older ones more, doesn't it? Apparently, even the younger ones I've read have been going there and getting £250 worth of toilet rolls and all that, you know, and I think that's very selfish, to be honest, because surely if it's a country thing, everybody should be shared about. So if I was in charge of a stall, I'd be saying, you get one, you get one, and you get one, instead of all these knackers who can afford it, you know, the city people who can afford it, going into these people and saying, I'll have 200 of them and I'll get me past that, where the lads, people who can't afford it get less and get left behind. So that's important to me as well. So it's, you know, I just hope it's all evened out properly, you know. But like, listen, it's football, it's life in general. If it's off, it's off. If it's on, we desperately want it on. I think the whole football world will like it on. If it's off, we'll let it get on with it and find a way. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I say again, I realise that by the time people watch this, events may have overtaken us, and they'll know what decisions have been taken. So we're speculating at the moment because it's 10:10.
Of course.
Okay, let's turn back to last weekend, Halifax away. It's been said by some that it was possibly the best away performance of the season.
I thought it was solid. I thought all the things about it was solid. I thought we played some good stuff on a pitch which says you couldn't really. I thought we didn't look in danger. We had Rob Green and his son there, which was fantastic, lovely, and all that, you know, because Rob is like Martin Taylor, one of our own, as this year. And then he come with his son. His son was mascot. I got a lovely letter off his son, which was great. And even he come in and said, "Oh, it was the most solid performance you want to see," and I thought it was great celebration. For the girl, you know, for Hades' goal.
Oh yes.
I think that's his first goal he scored in 6 months, but he thinks he's got 7. You know what I mean? So it's one of them where he tried to claim it 1 year and 8. Anyway, that's besides the point. But it's one of them where you know it was all good stuff, good journey back. Good. So I was pleased. I was really pleased. I thought it was a really solid performance, really good.
It's jumping sideways. The goal on Tuesday night, I thought it was him who'd scored it.
I didn't, to be honest.
Only at the time.
I tell you, but not looking at the replay, I didn't think it was. The only thing we've got to be careful of, it's a laughing joke. The lads had that celebration all week, but don't claim goals when you lose matches because they're not important. We only claim goals. I don't mind people fighting on the beaches and going on Twitters and all of this to think them to do. If you want to get rid of football, I'll be firm if people are trying to claim goals when you lose matches because it's not important. Heidi having 14 goals or 13 goals isn't important to me at all. Not at all.
Sure.
Maybe a little bit him, but it's not to his teammates either, not anybody else. But I don't like people claiming Cookie or anybody. I haven't heard anything, to be honest, but don't claim goals. You know what? When you lose matches, only claim when you win them. That's the only thing. That's the only thing what matters. Unless you want to be selfish and do all this stuff, just claim them when you win games.
Yeah. Matt Jarvis was missing for Halifax, but was back on Tuesday. Was that related to his?
Lovely. Anyway, so it's one of them where we thought it'd be a doubt, but we're hoping he could make it. And in the last minute he couldn't and all that, you know. So I knew it would be in this situation. He couldn't. He wasn't so sure. But in the last minute he had a bit of tweak on his groin as well, just because he hasn't played for a long time. So a little bit of his injury there. But he'd come through a fitness test on Tuesday very well. He'd come on, changed the game again very well. Touch wood, he's had a couple of good training sessions as well since then. Touch wood wouldn't get him in the team tomorrow. That's what we need to do, you know. So I think he'll excite everybody, and he certainly did the other night. Yeah. Because nobody put a ball like he does, that's for certain. Because I think the last couple of months, 2 months, it must be quite nice being a forward player in our team because we've created a hell of a lot of chances. Even the other night, we've created a lot of times in their box. We've just lost quality from both ends, and you know we've got to score a lot more goals. Even if the lads come up, we have got to score more goals. Even though in defensive, we two centre halves. We two centre halves. My goalkeeper been excellent the last couple of weeks, but I felt the other night that's the reason we lost the game because of him, to be honest. And they've been excellent in the past. But the quality up there, he might just give that little extra quality where he's crossed for a goal, he's scored a goal himself, he's crossed for another goal, and he's only been on the pitch half a game at the most. And that's the sort of quality we might be lacking, which the others can't do for obviously reasons. They've got some good players in the team, but the bottom line is, like, you know, if we can get back being solid at the back of the game, which I have done as part from the other night, then we'll have half a chance if we get that quality up top. It's just that little bit of quality, that's all.
Sure. Well, let's turn to that then. A lot of people who were there Tuesday night have praised the quality of the game overall. Yep. I think we can all agree that 3-1 didn't reflect the game in any way or form. 2-1 would be rather more acceptable, even though there's a strong argument that we deserved at least a point out of the game. But what did you think? I mean, I thought Barnet were terrific, and they're a point behind us with 3 games in hand, and they've got games in hand over everybody in the playoff positions.
You got a good manager. You know the thing? You know when he went round, people shows the thing. But at the end, when he celebrated, I thought he'd done it very respectably. I think he's a good manager. He's helped us out a lot in the past year too, with different helping out and with talks last year and all that. You know, and I think Darren's a good lad. And you can tell the players want to play for him. To be honest, they really do. And you know, he knows what he's doing. But he went across. He didn't go in front of our supporters like the knacker that Aldershot did. He went all the way around. He went and celebrated with their supporters. Brilliant. Come on, I'd do the same. You know, I get one of them every now and again, or jump up in the air like you got a picture of me jumping up in the air, talk key, you know what that's it. So people thought you went a bit over the top. And I didn't at all. I thought he was very respectful how he done it, because he missed our lot out, went all the way around and celebrated with their supporters who were singing his name. And rightly so, because won a game of football. Talking to all the people I had there, you know, they thought it was a bit harsh. That's all. I thought it was harsh. I thought You know, I thought the first goal could have been offended. I thought, you know, well, lost the first header, if you like, but got to be stronger. You know, got to be stronger on the second phase. I thought the goalkeeper should have done better. Things what have been, Rossi and the two centre halves have been very good in the last couple of weeks. Just their mistakes cost were really nice. Just got to make sure we get back to being solid again. We've got some great territory, but didn't do anything on there. So you come away thinking, mistake, and that's what you judged on. But the play itself, I thought was quite even. But if you've got a centre half with Black at the back who's outstanding, the best player on the pitch who's cost 30 grand by the way, and I'm not disrespecting, we're putting a 16-year-old kid on, and they're putting an England C international on who's got whatever. It's going to be difference in the game if you're not on top of it. So we just made the defensive two, and we goalkeeper made a few mistakes in my opinion. Apart from that, I thought it was a decent performance.
Yeah. You have to feel sorry for Musa because Musa was fabulous.
Excellent,
apart from one moment, and that one moment was the second goal.
Aye, and Ben's played well in all the last couple of games and all that. And so is Rossi. Like Musa for me, he's player of the season. Musa, I think he's been our best player in a consistent basis all the time. Him and Rossi have been excellent. But Musa, I thought, he's got what with Jill there, or what a good header that is, what a good kick, and he just tried something stupid which went in. But I rang Musa yesterday. I said, listen, that's football. You make sure he doesn't do it again because he's playing as well as anybody at the minute in our league, not just in our team but in our league. I think, you know, you got their lad who everybody's raving about and spent a bit of money on. We got a greengrocer there playing at centre half who's doing very, very well. So again, it's just mistakes that should have been dealt with. Even the third goal, you're thinking, come on, why are you that for one-on-one situation? Can we deal with that? And stops in the corner. The first goal, I thought a lot of things, but we're just going to make sure we've been it now because we haven't got the time to worry about it. We've got time to move forward, and you know, everything's hunky-dory, to be honest. We're just, sometimes you go away from there. I remember I popped in a quick pint on the way home, and this bloke went to us and said, I bet you give Musa a right rollicking. What have I got to do that for? You know, why would I want to do that? He's been outstanding. He knows. He's not sort of lad he knows. Ben will know as well. Rossi will know a little bit as well. But we have been outstanding for most of the season, to be honest. And all three of them have been excellent for me. But it's just mistakes what they made. And, you know, we've just got to be a bit stronger there and a bit stronger there. But flip side of it, we do a lot of defending, which we did against Halifax, and do a lot of defending we do down here when we've got to finish chances high at the pitch. It's a catch-22, but you look at the squads, and again, if we never had Tuesday night games, we'd be top of the league, wouldn't we? It's only because I think we've lost 27 points on a Tuesday night or whatever, because of obviously reasons. We're waiting for people coming in, but again, I said in the interview when I could always go year by year by year. I never believe in 2 years, 3 years. So when I agreed at the start of the season to say we'll take it on this year again, then it's one of them where I thought it's going to be hard on a Tuesday night. I knew that anyway because of the recoveries and all that. Getting the train back on a Saturday, not getting in on a Monday. We've got to go to work till 9 to 5 on a Monday. All the things we knew anyway. So we just got to get on with it. Yeah. I better can't feel sorry for ourselves. Get on with it.
You say you rang Musa yesterday. I've actually got it written down here. Musa's he's a lovely guy, and he comes across as being fairly sensitive, and I think some people were a bit worried about how hard he'd take that mistake.
You would take like me.
Whether he'd need picking up.
You see, defenders are different now, dear. He's not. He's a bit from your school. When I played football, I was like a left back or a left centre half, and I would come off when we won 3-2 and feel no emotion about winning the game. I wouldn't feel anything
because you can see.
Because I can see 2 goals. Defenders let people get the ball in the box. Acceptable now. Getting a little ahead of an acceptable. The third goal, boom, one-on-one, put in the corner. That's acceptable. I would have got back to media for that. You know, a mistake there. So I know that people try to blag it and all of this, or we only put on Twitter when they play well. And I've got away how football life is now. Musa's not. Musa is football. It's his life more than anybody in that team really. Musa loves the game, and that's why he's living in this country, trying to make a living out of it. And like Boz has been fantastic, getting him a job, and I think Rossi's going to start working there as well. So it's just a call to say, listen mate, you're alright on you? You know, you're fine, you're doing great, you've been our best player in the last month, and you know, like I say, I think he's been our best. If I look at him and Rossi possibly, consider, you know, he doesn't miss any games, where Heidi's had a good season, but you know, with Heidi you've got to miss the 3G games and all that, you know, and he's missed a few games. With Musa plays every single game, like Casey will play no matter what game, and well, and that'll be fair, like, you know, and stuff. So it's one of them, you get players who might miss a few, and who do miss a few. You don't see Musa miss many, and he'll be back on there tomorrow night. He'll be one of our best players tomorrow, I guarantee you that he will be. But he didn't need any gear up. You know, I just had a chat with him. Are you alright? Are you make sure you're okay? You know, after when you lose a game, you wake up in the morning feeling angry. But I thought the first thing I should do was ring Musa, make sure he's okay. I care about the lad.
Good. Individual players, sticking with that subject area, if you like. Ben Dempsey won the sponsors man of the match. I think he's got better every game. And I think also it took him a little while to settle in, but he's really producing now.
Like me and Ian and Kel went to another 23 game you had there again, and the amount of time you've got there, where you got no time here, and you just know, like, you know, hindsight. I know it was only 10 minutes ago, and we were throwing the kitchen sink, so we tried to get every attacking player on there, including the kid, and you know, Josh North just go all out attack. Just had a volley where he could have done better, went all out attack. In hindsight, we probably maybe should just kept him on for 10 minutes because he has got the quality. We just went all out attack because we knew Kate and make the box, Max and make the box, whatever, like, you know, and stuff like that. You know, we're trying to get everybody on the pitch who could maybe sneak a goal, like, you know, and with Josh coming on for legs and all, like, you know, we just want to get as many players as we could on the pitch who can maybe sneak a goal from somewhere. That's what we're trying to do, you know.
Yeah. You know. And another individual who looks transformed in the last month, Max.
Oh, brilliant, isn't he?
What's happened to Max?
I mean, he's working very hard at his game. He's a big football lover. He is, you know, he's doing his UEFA B licence and all that. Him and Ross, so he thinks he'll be sitting next where he and sitting next here and all that, you know, and stuff. So he's one of them where they think they know the game sometimes and they haven't got a clue. But he's doing all that. And I say, leave your B licence, leave all that. That's not important. Concentrate on playing as long as you can. That's what I've said to Matt Jarvis. Forget about your media work. Forget about this. You've got all your life to do. Play as long as you can, the best you can, and try to make strides and all the rest. And he's come through very, very well, Max. And the last month he's been very, very good. His energy, his work commitment. He does care about the game. He does, and yeah. So I've got any complaints of Max at all. I think he's been, you know, he's had his injuries this year, and you know, and when we're, you know, at times he's been left out of teams, like most of them have. Well, everybody has, including Rossi and Gavin and people like that. You know, so I think he's done very, very well. Yeah, he's got a lot of energy at the minute.
Yeah, good. Finally, then, looking ahead to tomorrow, Dagenham.
Yep.
Is there more or less pressure on to get a result tomorrow, having lost on Tuesday after winning last Saturday?
I don't feel any pressure. I had a good meeting with the chairman yesterday. You know, she come in, shoulders did, and I think she's a blinking good chairman. I think she's got a lot of thing on her head at the minute, her and the director's got a lot of things going on up the town and with the ground and things like that, but she always tries to put the club first. I respect her, like, you know, she always tries to put the club first, where she cares about the club massively. All the directors not her supporters, really, that's what you're, so we always try to put the club first. And we talked there, she put us in a positive mood before I left, because I know how much she cares about the club. So I enjoy working for her. I enjoy working you know, for the directors and all, like, you know, so it's one of them where whatever happens ground wise and whatever happens, we'll always fight on, and I think that's what we've got to do at the minute. People say Dowse, it must be horrible being piggy in the middle, because I don't know what I'm doing to the player, to the board, to the ground and all that, you know, but I'm alright. I'm big enough to look after myself in a tough time. We'll keep on doing things here. We'll with Ian and Martin and I, will get on the training ground, do the best we can in the circumstances we are, knowing that there's a cloud under everything, but I think it's a massive positive all around, because the people in working will always have a football club. I believe we're very on about making the best we can. The chairman comes in and just cares massively about the club. She's put our life and our soul into this and getting the best decisions they possibly can for a football club. So I left the meeting. Her probably feeling sorry for me for her, because we just want the best what's for the club and believe the best is a new ground. If it's not, it's got to be a plan B to do something. It has. So you know, I'm not important in all this, like, you know, because people sit here, whatever it's going to be, and they'll be mad. The club is important. Like, for example, if I've got to leave tomorrow, for example, whatever, or chairman's got to leave tomorrow, the football club's the most important thing. At the minute, we're both fighting to try to make sure that gets done. If not, something else gets done. So, but you know, it's one of them. So, well, I left the meeting yesterday with chairman positive, because I know how much she cares about the club. So, the way we look, if she cares like that, and the board care like that, at least I'll do. Everybody knows how much I care, and I think the players are the same. So, I think we've got everybody wanting to play for a working football club. And more the pressure. Let me have a pressure. I always said that. I didn't feel any pressure about tomorrow's game whatsoever. None at all. I do think if we lose the next two games out of it, if we win the next two games, we must be in it. If we win 1 out of 2, we're still good. Another week when we're in it. You do think it was a bit of a kick the other night, but not as much as what 2 wins can't do. Dagenham played well the other night, lost the game, but we've got some good players. I talked to somebody yesterday who said they look really well the other night. Ian's watched the video as well on that. So, do we need to win the game tomorrow? Yes, we do, but we do as well. And all that, you know, so it's not one of them ones, just like all the shot do. And you know, and we do as well. So the next 2 games will probably tell you a lot. Like I say, if we lose the next 2 games, we'll be out completely, and we'll put some of the kids in and have a little. We'll enjoy the last 6 games. Well, we're in it. We'll have a go at winning it. As simple as that. So I'm looking forward to the game.
Excellent. Let's hope the game takes place.
Hope so.
We'll find out later today.
Magic. Okay. Cheers.
Thank you.
Sorry, you should have mentioned, obviously, tomorrow's game is about disability awareness, something that this football club's very keen on. Okay. I've worked with disability teams before, taking them to competitions and all that, you know, and anybody out there who wants our help, we're willing to give it. So come down and enjoy the game. for all kinds of football, which this is what the game's about. So we look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow.